Me, like, I'm different. I'm different.
I'm not like other girls.
It's a Monday morning with Lina and Mary. It's a Monday morning mukbang.
Howdy, y'all.
Welcome to our morning show
Monday morning mukbang.
with Mary
And Lina, a show where we talk about literally anything.
This week's episode, we're talking about personality types. We'll be going through 3 different quizzes. The very popular 16 personalities, enneagram, and temperament quiz, which is not as popular.
Today, I am eating the original breakfast cereal. I don't usually eat cereal. Again, I'd like to say I'm usually not awake at this time, but we're eating cereal for breakfast today. It's specifically honey nut Cheerios, with like, it's a special one. There's like little other things. I don't know, a special
The
kind.
granola.
Yeah, there's the granola and the other cereal stuff. So,
Nice.
question before you
Yeah.
tell us about your food. How do you like your cereal?
Okay, wait. How do I like my cereal? What's my favorite type of cereal? I haven't had cereal in a long time.
Cinnamon toast?
Cinnamon toast, so good. Walmart has this off-brand one which tastes exactly the same for cheaper. So yeah, that one's really good. I think that's the one like I have the most good memories with. Oh yeah, and then we would like eat it as dessert in Waterloo.
It's dessert. Cereal's dessert.
I guess if I had to eat one every day, it would be something like with nuts or something with like a lot of like other stuff in it so that the milk doesn't like make everything soggy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try to keep some of it. Yeah. How about you?
My favorite dessert cereal would be cinnamon toast. Or like, it's my favorite cereal, but for everyday purposes, I totally agree with you. Probably something healthier, whatever that means, but I think a good one that stays crunchy is, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the maple thing with like clusters. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like,
But I don't know what it's called.
you know, I'll insert picture here. But it's really, it's like, I like the maple flavor and it's good, or like the oat flavor. Yeah.
Nice.
Stays crunchy even if you have it in your milk for a long time. Yeah. What are you eating today?
I'm eating. Can I show it?
Mm-hmm.
Same toasted vegan cheese, egg, which isn't vegan, salad, and tomato.
Nice.
And then I'm drinking coffee with turmeric in it, and it's really yummy. So let's go through personality types for 16 personalities. So there are 4 different categories: analysts, diplomats, sentinels, and explorers. So in each of those categories, there are 4 different types, kind of. And I can just like go through the names. So for analysts, it's architect, logician, commander, debater. Diplomats, advocate, mediator, protagonist, campaigner. Sentinels, logistician, defender, executive, consul. I'm probably pronouncing these all wrong. An explorer, virtuoso, adventurer, entrepreneur, and entertainer. Lena already guessed mine like correctly, which is crazy. But I think now I need to guess hers, and I think I'm gonna be really off. So you already did this before.
I have. Both of us have done this test before, and I've done it like 2 times, and the most recent one, I don't remember when I took it, but I don't remember exactly. I just remember the name, so we can like check that. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, you told me most of the letters. You were saying it, and then I wanted to guess the last one, so I really just guessed the last one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to say. Okay. I think you are I. Okay. Jeez.
I'm I'm not saying anything. I'm just writing it down.
Yeah, yeah, I N F or T. Thinking or feeling. Oh, do you think or feel? I think you think. INT. Judging or perception. I don't know the difference actually. Do you know the difference?
Yeah, I'll read it out. So,
Okay.
judging, you're thoughtful, judicious, organized, and enjoys planning, prefers concrete goals and deadlines, seeks closure to tasks, and logical. Perceiving, on the other side, is open to new information, flexible and spontaneous, keeps options open, and able to go with the flow.
Did you say J for me?
I said P.
Okay, yeah, because I am definitely P. I think you show a lot of characteristics for J. So I'm gonna say J. I N I N T J.
Oh
Did
my
I just say that? No, that's the opposite of mine. Is that right?
god.
Or no?
Okay, so basically you got the test I took in grade 12, you got exact.
Whoa!
Yeah. The
That's
recent
crazy.
one was interesting because, like, from what I remember, I was an adventurer, and that's ISFP. So I changed everything except for I changed whatever
Yeah.
in terms of everything except for being an introvert. So that's
Whoa.
interesting. But
That's
today we are going to find out who I am today.
we're
So
gonna find who you really are
yeah.
today.
So let's see who which one I am after we do the test today.
Yes. Also, I have recently the recent test I did, I was campaigner, which is ENFP. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just going to be going through the questions. If we find anything interesting, we'll talk about it. But other than that, we might just have a speed through here.
I feel like I'm more sure of my answers now that we're in quarantine. I don't know. I feel like I reflect on these types of things more now.
Yeah. I mean, by this point, taking a lot of these tests. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I think like, am I answering? Because before I think I definitely put a lot of neutrals, but now I'm trying, like, I've always tried to kind of lean to one more so that the answers are more accurate.
Mhm.
Some of these I read and I'm like, yup, this is me, or nope, this is not me.
Sometimes, like when I think like I lean both ways, like, and I want to put neutral. Sometimes I'm like, but do I agree with it more or like disagree with it more? And like I'm just like choosing like putting my mouse over both of them, and I don't know which one. Sometimes I wonder if I'm answering how I want to be.
Yeah, I feel that.
I try to not do it.
I try to do what I'm thinking at the moment, which is why like they say like do the thing that comes to your mind the first thing that comes to your mind. Do I? Hmm.
What question were you laughing at?
I
Do you
literally
remember it?
laughed at, like every single one, Mary. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think well the one I remember, I don't think I was laughing at this one, or maybe I was, but from the last page, it said like you take time to interpret the meaning and message behind songs and movies.
Oh,
And that is totally me. Like if especially if I get into like the movie, if I really like it, I
yeah.
will search up every single thing. Like I'll watch every interview, every little thing I can find about it, I will like watch. Like I will just get into it.
That's funny. I'm on the same page that you were just on, and there's a question: you often make decisions on a whim. I'm like, yeah, I'm the same.
You're the same?
Yeah, except I don't know if the last part changed, like T. But yeah, okay, you go first.
Okay, so I got the Adventurer, which is the recent one I got. So I think around January, I don't even remember, but I recently took the test again, but not like too recent. And I remember this name coming up. So it's ISFP and specifically the T one, which is basically the opposite of what my results were in grade 12, which I think are interesting because I mean, as I read this is really interesting. So I am 81% introverted, which I agree with. Um, Energy, apparently I'm observant, 56, so that's pretty like middle.
Mhm.
Apparently I feel a lot because I got 88%, which I usually think I'm a thinker. Um, I don't like making decisions at all, and I'm pretty indecisive, so I take a long time to make my decisions. But yeah, and for tactics, I am P, which is 54%. So again, kind of in the middle. Um, and then again, I am turbulent for the extra thing.
Mhm. Um, wait. Can you talk about the one that was 88? Which one was that?
That one was feel.
Oh, why are you surprised by that?
Um, well, to be honest, I I do like think about feelings a lot. Like I talk about my feelings openly, and I think the reason why I got this was because, for example, when making decisions, I will consider the feelings of others. Say if they the decision will impact others, I will
Mhm.
probably think about um how another person's feeling rather than like this decision has to be made and like it's set in stone. Like I will probably take into consideration feelings more than the logic. I'm not really sure, but
Yeah.
I definitely do think I do consider feelings important in terms of how everyone else is feeling and
Yeah.
also how I am. Yeah.
Nice. Is that like, well, I guess it didn't surprise you, but like, did any of the other categories other than um introversion surprise you?
I think really just I guess feeling, but this is the same type I got when I took it recently, so I'm not surprised that I
Yeah.
did the same one. I think it's interesting though that it changed since obviously changed since grade 12 the last time I took it.
Like,
But
yeah, it changed a lot. That's
yeah,
really surprising.
it just like flipped completely, which is why I was um shocked. But like I'm trying to read like what it consists of so
Yeah.
that I can like understand. What about you? What did you got the exact same thing? So
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I clicked something. And then, okay, can I go back to the other page? Okay, yeah. So I took this maybe early first semester, no, second semester, so January around the same time. For the first time, and the first time I was only like 52% extroverted, but now I'm like 74. Which, because before I used to think like I'm very both, like very ambivert. Yeah, because there were a lot of times where being with people would drain me, but I think that was more related to like my sleeping habits. Yeah, so I think now I'm realizing how extroverted I am. Energy, I'm intuitive, which like 80%. And if observant, intuitive, they prefer to exercise their imaginations. Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay. And then I am F, which is feeler, which makes sense.
Yeah, you're definitely.
And, which is what my results went away. So I don't know what P is.
P is like casual, open-ended, you're open-minded, spontaneous. We can read like a bit of each like thing.
Yeah. Read something like you think is interesting. You go first.
I'll just read like the first introduction.
Yeah.
I change during the course of a day. I wake up and I'm one person, and when I go to sleep, I know for certain I'm somebody else. Adventurer personalities are true artists, but not necessarily in the typical sense where they're out painting happy little trees. Often enough, though, they are perfectly capable of this. Rather, it's that they use aesthetics, design, and even their choices and actions to push the limits of social convention. Adventurers enjoy upsetting traditional expectations with experiments in beauty and behavior. Chances are they've expressed more than once the phrase "don't box me in." Interesting.
I see that.
Me, like, I'm different. I'm
I'm not like other girls.
not like the other girls.
No, yeah. When Sam like tells you like you're mad or like you're something, you're like, I'm not. Like I'm more than that. I'm like, okay.
That's literally me. I'll be like, well, for me, I don't like when people tell me like, you are mad. You are like, are you me? Are you me?
Yeah.
You tell me. Are you me? Sam,
He's gonna watch this.
Sam, if you're watching this, I'm ready to fight. No. Yeah, I think I get pretty defensive when that happens. Just yeah, I don't like when people tell me like that. I also think I don't take criticism very well, although like I think constructive criticism's so important, but I think I definitely take things to heart even when people say like, "Oh, like don't take things to heart." I'll probably like overthink everything in my mind later, which is why like I don't know, I think I feel a lot, I guess, but
Yeah.
I definitely will overthink like the smallest things. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see that. I'll just do like a summary. You can change the world with an idea. Fiercely independent. What? And much more than stability and security. They crave creativity and freedom. So true. I want I can't remember. I love my freedom. I love being able to think for myself. And I love doing things creatively, even if I'm not that good at it. Like I like to draw or like try to do calligraphy, even though it's like not that nice, but I like it. Don't lose that spark of madness. There was an interesting line. It says, Um, if they rely too much on their intuition, assume or anticipate too much about their friends' motivations, they can misread signals and frustrate plans that our more straightforward approach would have made simple, which is very facts because sometimes people do things and because I trust my intuition a lot, like this happened a lot in grade 12 where I was able to read people very well. Like I could guess who they liked, I could guess what they thought in this like moment, even though they didn't explain it to me. And like when they spoke about it, I'm like, that was literally like exactly what I thought. But then sometimes like if I'm like too like in my head, I think people are mad at me. And because of like previous behaviors or patterns. So that's so true. And I need to like remind myself. But then like I always try to act like as if like it's still fine to like hopefully like fix it because I don't know. I just want to see like am I actually right? But then I'm usually wrong if I think they're mad at me.
I definitely
Yeah.
think you are good at like reading things without like knowing, I guess. Um and you're definitely very understanding too of that, which is really, really nice.
Thanks. Um oh, and there was another thing. It was saying how they know like when to take a break. Where is it? Okay, they're capable of switching from a passionate, driven idealist in the workplace to that imaginative and enthusiastic free spirit on the dance floor. Um, yeah, they know how to relax. So like when people talk about um being like perfectionist or um being like working so hard like till they drop or something, I can't relate to that. Even though like I think it's admirable because it's like wow, like look at their like work ethic. Um, but yeah, I'm also turbulent. But yeah, I think I know like when to take a break. Um, sometimes it's too long though. But yeah.
I can agree with that. I think one of the questions during the quiz was like, do you have like bursts of energy versus like um a consistent organized like pace in terms of working and productivity? And I'm probably more of the bursts because when I'm in the zone, I can probably sit and do whatever like I'm doing for a really long time. Like I can sit on and like work on that for hours, whereas like if I'm not in the right mindset or in the mood, I cannot work. Like it's bad. I mean I've definitely experienced it a lot throughout the year. Um it's just difficult for me to focus when I'm not like interested or like motivated to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Over here it says, this is really funny because we just talked about this. It says, however, if a criticism does get through, it can end poorly. Some adventurers can handle kindly phrased commentary, valuing it as another perspective to help push their passions in new directions. But if the comments are more biting and less mature, adventurer personalities can lose their tempers in spectacular fashion. Great. Um, it also then says adventurers are sensitive to others' feelings and value harmony. When faced with criticism, it can be a challenge for people with this. I don't know what this is. This blank step. Oh, this type to step away from the moment long enough to not get caught up in the heat of the moment. But living in the moment goes both ways, and once the heightened emotions of an argument cool, adventurers can usually call the past and move on as though it never occurred.
Mhm. No,
Interesting.
no, you're very like that. Like, yes, you can react like spectacularly, like in a big way. But um, talking about like harmony, like when we're in a group, like even if it's not like a real fight or like real conflict, like if there is like any sort of conflict, like you know how to like break the tension. Yeah. in group settings. Or it's like if someone is being negative, you know how to like show the other side. There was something else that you said. I can't remember what I was thinking. Yeah.
Thanks. It's like worst and best personality traits, and that's okay.
We were talking about like moving, like they can say like the past is the past, which is like you say that in like different ways, and you always like say like things happen for a reason, so like it's okay, and like I feel like you cope well with that.
Thank you.
So hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today about SeatGeek, which isn't our sponsor, but we would love to have any sponsor. But SeatGeek would be amazing. I would really love some free tickets to the Jacob Collier concert when he reopens it. That would be so exciting because I was supposed to see him a few days ago with Lina and our other friends, Sam, Ben. I don't know if anyone else was going to come. But yeah, it would really make my day. So guys, viewers, get this out there. Get SeatGeek to sponsor us or anyone to sponsor us. I also like the brands Care of, Audible. What other brands? Yeah, but those are really cool brands. There's also that Acne brand, Acne skincare brand, which apparently like works miracles. I would love to have them sponsors, but I think they only ship in US. So yeah, anywhere where we can get some sponsorships, like we would love to sponsor you. I know we don't have that many viewers right now. We do anything. We write music, put on skits, billboards, anything. So yeah, hit us up. So Lena's not listening right now because she's not here, and I think I will explain this to her after, but I think this is really interesting, the friendship section, because it relates a lot to my last enneagram test. I am a 2, and I am also very high in 9 and 7, but 2 is about being really involved in your friendships, and you care a lot about what other people think, which can sound negative as well. And I think it's a little contradictory to my views on not really caring about what people think in terms of what I like to do with my life. But at the same time, going against the grain is what I want to do, and it's what I'm not passionate about, like doing things that are against the grain, but the things that I am passionate about are against like what is normal. So that's why it caused me a lot of anxiety to not do what everyone wanted me to do. She's back.
To start us off with the Enneagram test, I will explain what it is. It says the Enneagram is a system of personality typing that describes patterns in how people conceptualize the world and manage their emotions. It describes a different personality type and maps each of these types on a 9-pointed diagram, insert picture here, which helps to illustrate how the type relates to one another. So we're going to guess each other's type. Okay. You're either a 7 or a 2.
Okay.
Or a 4. No. This is hard because, yeah, maybe it's either 2, 4, or 7. I know that's 3 out of the 9, but yeah.
Okay. So
Actually, not a 4. Not a 4. Not a 4.
Okay. Okay, go. Is that all?
That's it. That's it.
Okay. So the last time I took this, I was like 98% 2.
2.
I was 90% 7.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was 90% 9.
Yeah, I thought you were also a 9. So,
Okay. That's so crazy that you got that. Okay. After the 16 personalities, I feel like I want to change my answers. Okay, I think you haven't done this yet.
no.
Okay, I think 9. 6. Yeah, those are the ones I'll say for now. I hope you
That
get like, I
that's
don't
what I was thinking. I would
know.
say
Really?
9, 6. Like if I were, because I haven't taken this, so I would think myself 9, 6, and maybe 2, just like a little bit of 2. But
No, yeah.
see,
I
when
feel
we,
like 2 and 9 kind of go hand in hand.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Haha.
Bro, average people often find me a bit weird. What does that even mean?
I know, but I put agree
I
because
put neutral.
what did you put?
I put neutral.
Neutral? No, so like one time my sister was talking about like so she only met Melissa like very briefly at when they both watched when she came to watch the concert, and she asked me like, is Melissa weird? I'm like, what? And she's like, like all your friends. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
yeah,
She's
no,
like,
she thinks I'm weird.
she's like Lena's weird,
Yeah,
Ben's weird,
yeah.
Sam's a little weird, Sonali weird. I'm like, okay. And I was like, do you think I'm weird? She's like, well, yeah, but it's like in a good way. I'm like, okay.
Okay, then we're that's accurate. I actually, yeah, I know I'm pretty weird.
I think like weird is such like an interesting word to use. It sounds very umbrella term,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just feel like I have very like my long friendships at least, like they're interesting people.
Mm-hmm. I distract myself from any sad feelings that arise.
I put inaccurate for that.
I put accurate. I feel like
Really
I avoid. I'm an avoider.
interesting. I think I really like to get deep into like if I'm like in bed or something like and I feel sad. Okay, like we're gonna do this, and then I start to like play music or like get comfortable. I'm like, okay, I'll cry now.
I think I'm more of a like, oh, do something else to like make yourself feel better, like just sleep,
Yeah.
like do something.
There's one time where the day was really hard. Like so many bad things happened, and I had to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa was like with me most of the day, and I really didn't want to cry because I didn't want to have puffy eyes for the performance. And I was like holding it back so much, but it took so much energy. Like I never do that. I never hold back. Like if I don't feel comfortable, which I usually do, like I'll go somewhere else and just cry. Um, but that day, like I was just like, there's nowhere else to go. It's like we're literally busing to the library to perform. Yeah, that took so much energy.
I have many ways of avoiding situations that get me down. Ah! I believe that things usually work out for the best. Yes. Hmm.
Are you done?
Yeah. Wild. Wild.
Okay. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you get?
Okay. This is crazy. So, I did not expect this. I
Yeah.
did not expect this. I got a 98 match as a 7, which is the enthusiast, which I literally didn't think that was possible. I got a 97 in both a 2, so a giver, and 1, which is a perfectionist.
I was going to say 1 before, but then the other thing threw me off. The other test threw me off.
9 was an 80%.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
My weight shifted a little bit.
It shifted?
I don't know if I don't know. I feel like it's not entirely accurate. Like I wish they had like more of a scale like the 16 personalities one. I'm still 98% type 2,
Mm-hmm.
but now you were okay, and then 9 85%, but then now it's 7 isn't my next one, it's 4. Which is
4?
what before, but then you took it back. 4s want to be unique and to live life authentically and are highly attuned to their emotional experience. I like
That's right.
I don't see like this is like I'm wondering if this is accurate because like that is what I want to do things like what I really want to do are like things that are not conventional and I emotional experience but like I find a lot of anxiety doing those things. Like even if I do it, it just takes a lot out of me. Um, yeah. So
Maybe.
maybe it's not like natural,
Sorry, go
but
ahead.
yeah, like
Sorry.
maybe it's not like I don't naturally do it. Like I have to like force myself to because I know it's what I want, which is like the logic side of me. But it's still pretty emotional. Like I'm pretty like very aware of like how I feel like when I'm doing it, when I'm in it, when I'm trying to get to it, like I'm very aware of like my emotional processes like throughout all those things. So yeah. And I'm still like I'm high 7 and 3. 81, 7 and 83. But yeah.
I was gonna say, like, maybe this time you got a 4 because that's where you want to be, or like when you're answering, it was also kind of like what you want to do. Although it can be hard, it's something that you do want to do. So,
Yeah. I think I do it, but it's just hard for me. Like it takes a lot out of me. Yeah. You want to explain how you feel about yours?
I think it's interesting because 7, like 7, I just didn't expect because it's described as the busy, fun-loving type, spontaneous. Well, again, the word spontaneous comes up, so maybe I am more spontaneous than I think I am. Versatile, distractible, and scattered. Actually, that seems pretty accurate. I think something I noticed in the 16 personalities and this one was I'm more of an adventurer than I think I am.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It says 7s want to have as much fun and adventure as possible and are easily bored. Yeah, I mean these personality tests are really interesting. They always come up with something. 2, I saw 2. I think I saw 2. And one I kind of thought, but I didn't think it was super like accurate, I guess. But it describes one's place a lot of emphasis on following the rules and doing things correctly. I'm definitely a realist, I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of that, but Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I'm trying to read like the tiniest thing that they have. Um, Sometimes overthinking, thoughtfulness allows you to understand more deeply, predict more accurately, and set more detailed goals. Rather than reacting too quickly, you take time to ponder with the results that your choices tend to be well thought out and carefully considered. Yeah. I do think a lot before I make decisions, and which is why like before I was saying like how I think like I'm more of a thinker than a feeler, but um with that being said, I think you can still be like careful about your decisions and still be a feeler.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about your results? What do you think? You've done this before and then you got
Yeah.
shocking results.
I didn't um I don't remember what 4 was like before. I felt like they answered like the same, so I don't really remember. Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe that's all it was. Um, I think so. I think like there are. When I first read, I was 2. I was like, there are definitely strengths, but like there are like the weaknesses are like, do I just like do things just because people want me to do it? Like 2 and 4, I feel like don't go hand in hand.
2 and 4.
Well, actually, I think they still can be. But yeah, I don't know, because it's like they want to like 4s want to live like authentically and like unique to themselves. But I think you can still do that and like be helpful. But
I
yeah,
think
I guess the extremes of 2 is like not like 4.
I think in terms of 2 and 4 together, like you are caring, you are very like your interpersonal skills are good, you're very generous, um and then like individualists, like you are you, like you're okay with being you and doing your own thing in terms of that. I know usually I feel like 2 and 9 would go together. I feel like that's probably more likely, but in terms of like um I guess interpreting the results, I think
Yeah,
that would maybe be like how it is.
yeah. I think I'm not very surprised because my other my friends did both the 16 personalities test and this test, and their 16 personalities is exactly the same as mine, except instead of E, it's I, so they're introverted, and their highest was 4. So there's probably like some relation there. But yeah, with a lot of like the other things about 16 personalities, like relate a lot to 2. I actually already told them. So while you were away, um, but if you want to include it, you don't have to. It was just me pretending to be funny. Um,
Stop. You are.
like yeah, a lot of things about friendship. It's like I feel like it relates a lot to 2 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
my lowest is 1.
One.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
every time they say like you think the rules are very important, and I'm like, no. Maybe
Yeah.
that's I
My
don't
lowest is
know.
8.
8.
Yeah, I agree that I am not decisive, not confrontational. No.
I'm not confrontational.
Do you
I
want to
want
still
to.
do the other one? You
Sure.
have time? I don't know if you have a time.
No, I think I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay, so guessing yours, I think you're the sanguine, the
Okay.
enthusiastic, outgoing person, and um the phlegmatic.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like, I mean, the two almost seem opposite, but I just think that you're easygoing and like um you're able to get get along well with others, which is why I would put those together. but if anything, you're more of the sanguine. Not saying it right, but
You are exactly right. Compared, like, based on the last time I did it, but like when I read it first, like I thought I was going to be sanguine and melancholic because they're sensitive, thoughtful, quiet. But like I read other descriptions and it was also like creative, and I feel like something about like putting their emotions in that or something. But yeah. So I was like, wow, I'm not melancholic.
What do you think I am? Did you say that yet?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because not all the other tests are like messing with me. Okay, I feel like it's the same. Do you think so too? I just feel like these categories are like, since there's only 4, I don't know. How about you?
Honestly, I think I'm the same.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think how the weights. Okay, I have to open your quiz.
Maybe I also agree with melancholic. I feel like we're pretty similar in terms of like there's not a really big definition for these, so I kind of like if something is like comes up, like I won't be surprised. I think both of us are not really choleric.
Yeah.
Choleric. But yeah, I think it might also be different because like this is a different quiz, right? So like I'd be interested in like the results. So based on my answers to the questions, I don't think I'm gonna get what I think I am gonna get.
Really? Oh my gosh! What?
Is it
Are
shocking?
you? No, wait. Did you get yours?
Yeah.
Okay, mine changed.
Really?
Did you guess?
Is it melancholic now and um phlegmatic? Because you're
No.
shocked. Because you're shocked. Oh no! Is it choleric?
No. It's sanguine is most, and then melancholic is second. And phlegmatic and choleric are the same. Like
Oh,
they're both the lowest. What? I was more phlegmatic before.
I mean, this is also a different quiz, so
Yeah, it's also very short.
yeah. I got phlegmatic and melancholic, and then sanguine was um
Third. You're frozen. I wonder if this is still recording because it was recording on Lena's laptop. But while her Wi-Fi reconnects, just wanted to say that really appreciate all you guys coming to watch our podcast. We love doing this. We do this for you guys. It's also really fun being able to talk about these things. Very thankful to have even the basic things to be able to do these sorts of recordings, even though I'm just using my phone. My laptop broke recently, but I'm very thankful to have this phone still to be able to record this because I think it's really fun. And if there's something that you want to do that isn't necessarily what you're used to or what you're comfortable doing, I implore you to do it. I was a little nervous when Lina was suggesting to start a podcast, but we're in quarantine. I have the time. I'm very excited to see where this takes us. I recently cut my bangs. I mean, it was in the last podcast, but that was one of the fun things I did. That was interesting. Lena's messaging me on Messenger. Hopefully she can reconnect. Okay. It's still recording. Lena's trying to set up a new room, but it seems like she is still figuring out. Can you join the room again? So maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing our intro. Oh, she's back.
I didn't
I
know
was talking to our viewers.
I didn't know I could rejoin.
It's okay.
That was like, I don't know if you saw, but the lights just shut off and then everything like shut off. So
Oh no, it's just you froze and then that was it.
okay. Sorry. You were saying?
So, oh well, now I'm just gonna talk about my temperament. Or do you want to talk about yours first?
Sure. So it says here, my temperament is phlegmatic. The phlegmatic temperament is fundamentally relaxed and quiet, ranging from warmly attentive to lazy, sluggish. Phlegmatics tend to be content with themselves and are kind. They are accepting and affectionate. They may be receptive and shy and often prefer stability and uncertainty and change. To uncertainty and change. They are consistent, relaxed, calm, rational, curious, and observant, qualities that make them good administrators. They can also be passive aggressive. Yes, ma'am. I think that's pretty accurate. I don't know what melancholic, like their definition is, but that one was the exact same as phlegmatic, but I got phlegmatic, yeah.
That's so interesting. I literally thought I was gonna get. Well, before I ever took the test, I already thought it was melancholic and sanguine.
Yeah.
It's more evident. Your temperament is sanguine. It is fundamentally spontaneous, pleasure-seeking. They're sociable and charismatic. They tend to enjoy social gatherings, making new friends, and tend to be boisterous. They are usually quite creative, often daydream. Some alone time is crucial. They are sensitive, compassionate, thoughtful. They struggle with following tasks all the way through. Chronically late. I'm so bad at that. Tend to be forgetful and are sometimes a little sarcastic. Yes. When they pursue a new hobby, they can lose interest as soon as it ceases to be engaging or fun. Yes. They are very much people persons, talkative, not shy. Sanguines generally have an almost shameless nature. That sounds very they're certain that what they're doing is right. They have no lack of confidence, which is not true. I obviously do lack confidence a lot. But yeah, being in quarantine has helped me accept myself.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're literally just stuck with yourself. So might as well become friends with me because, I mean, in quarantine, you just realize, like, kind of stuck with yourself and others, but you know what I mean. You know. Yeah. That was. Do you have anything to say?
No, my bad. I feel like shameless nature and like no lack of confidence kind of sounds like 4. I think pleasure seeking person yeah are type 2.
Sorry, are we talking about the temperaments?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are, but I'm referring to enneagram.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now I want to read on melancholic because we both got that type also.
I saw a comment. It says, your temperament is melancholic. The melancholic temperament is a fundamentally introverted and thoughtful. Melancholic people often were perceived as very or overly pondering and considerate, gathering rather worried when they could not be on time for events. Melancholics can be highly creative in activities such as poetry and art, and can become preoccupied with tragedy and cruelty in the world. Often they are perfectionists. They are self reliant and independent. One negative of being a melancholic is that they can get so involved in what they are doing, they forget to think of others.
Mm. I'm
Hmm.
not that totally though. Like I'm not. Well, sometimes I'm like I'm not independent, but after being in quarantine, I realized like how much I'm capable of doing alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm reading like this list of like traits in them. I'm not an introvert. I do think deeply. Um, I'm not a perfectionist. I think I used to be a perfectionist, or maybe it's like what I naturally am, but I think I've learned to like calm down because so before when I was little, I remember like my teacher would like talk to my mom and like she would like show her like a paper of like my schoolwork and it would be so messy only because like we were only given like if we were only given like one sheet of paper, I would write like this whole story beautiful and then if I thought my handwriting was messy or um if I thought something was really bad, I would erase the whole thing and try to write over it, but it just looked uglier. And then maybe it was because like I was told at a young age like you shouldn't like do like you should just like be okay with it. Like that was when like I started to like ease up on myself. And then also in grade 8 or like grade 7 to 8, we had like the same teachers for both of those years in extended French. And my teacher like not wrote like she was very she liked me and but she was also sarcastic. She'd be like she would notice like how I erased things and how long I would take to do projects. Like I wouldn't ask for extensions, but she could tell like you're like behind. I'm like I'm really trying. She's like you are trying, but you're making everything like way too perfect. I'm like She's like you just need to like get it done. Like you'll get a decent mark. I'm like okay. So like I guess like from being like corrected there, that was when like I kind of like realized like maybe it made me like too lax though, because sometimes in high school, like I literally just be okay with like 80, yeah, like, and then in grade 12, like I started to get into bad work, but it's okay. Yeah, that's why I don't think I am a perfectionist now, but maybe I used to be. How about you?
Yeah, I think I agree with. I think I used to be a perfectionist as well, but I think I've come to terms with like nothing. Like, what is the definition of perfect? Like, what does it mean to be perfect? You know, like, is anyone perfect? No. Um, I think like it's important to obviously strive for the best and like always want to do your best, but it's definitely different from being a perfectionist, and it's tough. Like, like being a perfectionist obviously like can take a toll on people. You know, like um it hurts after a while, I'd say, just because you're so caught up in just like it needs to be perfect, right? And then um it just makes it difficult to I feel like it kind of goes in hand with maybe like your self-confidence, or maybe like because if it doesn't end up perfect to you, like it can just really ruin your mood or just like how you're feeling. But I think over
Yeah,
the years I've um kind of realized like it's okay, you know, it's okay to just do your best and um work hard. I believe in like work ethic, you know, like people always talk about like being naturally talented and like naturally like gifted with whatever like skill it may be, but I truly believe that with a hard, like a good work ethic, like you can really achieve anything, because those are the people who will work hard and, you know, set goals and actually like do things to reach their goals.
Yeah.
Which is why they will be successful, because they will work hard to get what they want, and it will pay off. Hard work always pays off. Yeah.
And I also think like talent can only go so far. Like I don't know, this wasn't like a topic. It's just like I heard someone talking about this, like child prodigy child prodigies and stuff. It's like it's also like at that stage, like if a child like finds something like that, like almost everyone probably like has a talent, but at that age, like if a kid like figures out like what is their talent, they can like go so hard. And it's also like obviously depending on like their energy or like personality types, but like they're able to just like hone it, and like they're so young, like there's like so much there. But then like as you grow up, it's like if you only worked because of like, oh, because I am good at it, then but like you didn't take time to like develop things that like could hinder you, then obviously like you're not really going to succeed. But at the same time, I think if someone finds their talent or just whatever like brings them the most, like whatever type of work brings them the most energy and joy, I think that's such like a big motivator.
For sure.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like successful people, or like I guess people who I think are like successful artists, or like who just make good music, or like YouTubers who make good content, it's like yeah, they have like kind of a good like artistic eye or ear, and they just like naturally know how to do certain things. But like YouTubers, like they need to be consistent or else like no one's gonna watch them, and they need to get sponsorships, like all these like administrative and like little details. I don't know. Now
Yeah.
I'm just rambling, but yeah, that's what I think about a lot.
No, I think I understand. I think like having a natural gift, or just it might make it easier, or just like it might kind of like spark your interest, and it just can definitely help you. And sometimes people pick things up easier than others, like natural talent or whatever. And that could definitely be helpful in terms of that. So I definitely see your point and like both sides of it. Yeah.
Overview. So we learned that most of our predictions were right. The personality tests were, I feel like, did speak truth to us, but like there are obviously some things that weren't 100% accurate. I think it's also like our own morals and like just our actual decided view on life that affected that. But yeah, and I feel like a lot of the tests overlapped, which was really cool to see the connections. How about you?
Yeah, overall I think it was a really fun experience. I love doing these kind of tests and just like reading, and then like, oh my gosh, it's so me.
But
um
we answered it. So.
yeah. But it's just fun, and then also just being able to talk to someone else about it and kind of like discuss. And since we're good friends, I mean, we kind of know, it was really fun like guessing and stuff. Like I think that's really fun. um but yeah, we hope you enjoyed our podcast. We're trying to make it available on other platforms soon. But if not, just keep tuning in to our YouTube and our Anchor. We hope you enjoyed. And if you have any ideas, comments, or discussions, maybe you want to take the test on your own, we will link all the tests that we took down below. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.
Tune in next week. we don't know what we're talking about yet.
Yes. Bye.